Hello there.
Hello. Welcome to Michigan in the winter. Here we are again. Even though it's daytime, till I get near this fire, it's still chilly in here.
Ice cold.
So we are working on new products this year, new shapes, new forms, training the staff. January is a great time to do that. After the holidays, we're a little chill in here. Everyone's like relaxed from doing all the holiday stuff. So we're going to start on our blow molds.
Yeah, we did one show where we did the blow molds. I think it was an experimental show a couple months back. But we're going to do it again. We're going to use the tall one, which I don't think we used yet. I'm going to show you guys how we drilled in the handles. We'll talk about the Merc bucket. And then we're going to give it a shot and make a tumbler. Last time we just did recycled glass. We'll do a recycled tester, and then we'll try one with color and see if we can get a nice shape and a finished, polished glass. But if you look over here, you can see that many folks have asked us before what a Merc Scale 10 actually looks like. And if you look into this, you can see Merc level so strong that it's taking over the handles. Ooh. Can you get an up-close zoom on that little goo droplet?
Let's see. The window is behind, so it's not. There we go.
Got it?
Got the goo droplet.
That is literally a droplet of Merc goo, and it's like rubbery, and I'm about to... That was like slime. It was like Merc slime, and it kind of popped like a little thing inside an orange, like one of those little pods. That's exactly what it was, but it was Merc water. But anywho, take a nice up close of that too, and see that all the crusties on the top. It almost looks like it's an oil spill in this bucket. That is strong Merc, folks. And all that does is it just comes from the water and the cherry wood block, or the cherry wood mold, having a good time together.
And I'll talk about the Merc scale because I don't think we've talked about the pig.
Pig?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that when we're blowing.
All right. So there's our mold. I got the star bit. I got these guys. This is how it came from the mold maker that we know. I believe he was from Indiana. Really nice woodworker, but let's bust it open and take a look at it. It's still pretty murky. I'm getting slime on my hands. This was covered up by another piece of wood, so that's why you can still see that cherry wood color. Everything else has mercified. But that's our tall, slender. Actually, that's not the slender one. This is our traditional glass. Nice water glass type shape. Ooh. So I'm going to drill these in. We haven't used this one yet because there's no drill holes for the handles. So we get those tucked in real tight. The handles are really important. You like to think that you could... Oh no, I got the wrong bit.
Yeah, the handles are tricky because then they don't fit into the bucket. Like our one friend has this giant bucket.
Got the wrong bit.
You need like a trough.
Yeah, like we could do our plant trough. Our friend has a square bucket, but then the problem is you stick the things in and they need to be submerged, and then you're like dipping into the muck to pull them out. Like Sam's face is classic.
I'm just picturing bobbing for apples and Merc water.
It's gross. It's like up to your arm, but and there's no way you can move. It's water. You have to swim in and expect them to stay in the bottom left corner. They float around the whole thing. And then no one wants to go in it, so then it's a whole thing.
In the Merc bucket?
Yeah. Do you need me to hold it, or you got it?
I think I got it. Thank you.
I'm going to pull out colors. I think we should just do one round of colors.
Okay. Now that was cool. I saw the Merc getting pushed out of the top of the block as we drilled into it. Again, pretty cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's try it backwards here. Just like these.
So sometimes in the new year, I like to pick out certain colors that are going to be our focal colors for the year.
Yeah.
That makes it kind of exciting, so we know what year the product was going to be made. Then the next year, if someone came one year, they come the next year, they'll get different colors.
Yeah, I'd been thinking about doing another mix. Like last year we had that stained glass
that's what
mix.
I'm getting at.
Every year we have a stained glass type mix.
I think we should.
It works.
Bada bing.
You see those few drill holes aired into there, right there and right there? Those are steam release valves. Couple on the bottom too.
So when I was trained at the Henry Ford, so traditional glass blowing like we do is how it was done. Then tools came along to help assist, so things were more uniform in size. This would be an example. So there's lots of variety in tools that can be used in a glass shop. I learned how to be a glass blower, and I didn't want the assistant because molds are consistent. Every piece is. But the way I was trained, we wanted to learn how to make everything the same. So I felt like it was a crutch, like a coloring book. You're coloring between the lines versus freehand drawing. Here nor there, it's just a neat. Why are we? We'll do espressos, but we'll also have alcohol, so wine and beer. And having a more consistent glass size is going to be of value.
I think our new buckets are going to be perfect for these. Because our white buckets don't let the handles fit in there, but this, with a little bit of angle,
How many buckets did you get?
is pretty darn close actually. The top's not all the way in, but got like 12 of them or something.
Yeah, that's fine. The top won't matter because you're going to be necking it off anyways. So my color pattern, I'm thinking is first go into the gold, then the purple, then a roll on the white. Gold, purple, flash, then roll on the white.
Encasing the gold.
No.
I mean, like, if you put stuff on top, it won't iridize.
Why won't it iridize?
It's covered with purple. Or are you like talking to spots or something?
Yeah, once you go here first, it's not going to be completely covered by the purple.
Alrighty.
And we put a smaller chunk that kind of go in the crevices, right? So the big blocks out, not. So purple won't cover it completely. And I'm looking for like an amber color with a purple and white hue.
With recycle or all clear?
Do clear, please.
Okay. We
And
had no pipeth ready, so I'm going to heat this
my
up.
role is to, as by Jake's command, when he's ready with the colors, to open this up, and you'll see. You shall
Hold
see.
it. It's kind of cool transferring the pressure of my air into the pipe into her holding it together. You can kind of feel, and the harder I blow, and when sometimes you can really get good pressure going in there. I remember we were doing some big lampshades in Pittsburgh, and we were blowing these big lampshades, turning and puffing, and I was holding them, and it was tough. I was pushing into it really hard to keep the thing closed.
So Blanco, when they closed, they had thousands of
You mean
molds.
Fenton or
Blanco's closed too,
Blanco closed?
didn't it?
I follow their Instagram. They're still posting
So
stuff.
maybe not, it's Fenton.
Yeah.
One of the guys, he showed up with a semi of all these molds.
Oh,
Open
yeah,
it
I
back.
remember.
It was like, what do you want? And the answer was nothing. The wooden molds will last. It depends how many pieces you make from them. The wooden molds will last. They could last years. They could last months. It depends, how many products do you get from them. It's hard.
There's going to be a huge learning curve around how much glass is necessary. Do you think that's enough? I kind of don't think it is. Sam and Michelle both think it is, so we'll go for it.
And I'm an expert. So
Yeah, Sam knows, man. She's on it. She's been studying this. I mean, we're going to find out. I think it's plenty.
I'm pretty excited to,
Oh.
no, it's all good, to get this blow mold figured out, though, because it's going to change the way we make drinkware. There's going to be an option for possibly getting something.
Wait, don't flash it. Go in the purple now.
It's not going to pick up anything. I'll just do a quick one.
It will. Let it sit on the purple. There you go.
I've done some spots in my day.
I know we all have things different. That's the trick. The hard part is being a designer where you blow
Yeah.
the glass because then you're like, that's not how I want it. Like rolling the white now because I don't want a ton of white.
But then you got the spots laid out for exactly how much you want.
Well, depending on the heat determines if they pick up or not. That's it. Bada bing.
In Pittsburgh, it was my role to be the color layer on her. And so when we were making pumpkins, all I would do is gather it up, put the color on, and pass it off. Put a bubble in it, pass it off. And picking up spots, it was always a joke when we were working together because you had the ideal pumpkin, but it'd literally be like, we'd probably have 50 spots on there, and he'd be like, let me get 3 more spots on that one, you know? No, it was funny. We were always messing with each other. But there is a perfect timing. The difference of 2 seconds in the furnace makes a huge difference in how much color is picked up.
That's why like we have spec sheets for everything, and we're like, one dip. What does an average dip look like?
Precision, especially when we're online so much. There's so much. There's so much.
All right, just concentrate.
All right. I'm gonna put a little neckline in here first.
Really?
Yep.
I'm not moving. So when I worked at the Henry Ford, we would, my boss really wanted to learn how to use molds. So unfortunately, we were using molds. So Jake knows he's got about an inch and a half to let it drip out.
I gotta get this as hot as possible.
Yep. There goes the steam. He'll tap his foot when he's ready. Bada bing.
Those spots are great.
So he'll reinforce the neck if he wants to. Tighten up the bottom. And I'll go start the punny.
Dang! How about a Maurice? Notice how the color shifted, it kind of twisted a little bit. So that's something that we got to think about. I think that's because I had it a little probably longer than I needed it to be before going in there. So as I was dropping it down and hitting the bottom, I started twisting, turning, and then it just did the old.
Is that the technical term?
Yep.
Do you want the stamp now on the bottom half or no?
No, we'll do it at the end. If we're flipping it and opening it. We designed these molds to be taller than usual. Wow, it looks good.
Oh, is Jake happy?
We designed these, and we're gonna have a nice experimental, possibly a VIP show on how to hot pop glass when we get that figured out. But they're taller so that we don't need to flip around and open this up like we're gonna do now. We're just gonna knock it off here, put it in the box, and then be able to take an assembly line style of production between Matt and Joey, myself and Oliver, and excuse me, we scribe with a little diamond scribe right here, and then you just put it on a rotating circular thing and take the torch to it and just go, and the top pops off. Then we'll have to polish the top, but that's gonna ensure that we're able to get the exact same height every time and make them a beautiful piece.
Don't forget the stamp. I'm not used to this.
Yeah, I think we'll be stamping the side of them probably with these size glasses.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't forget it. So I don't do this every day.
Yeah, baby.
Jake's so excited. I'll let him open it.
Thank you. This is really cool because it allows us to, especially with, different talents throughout our shop and different specifications that people are good at. It's going to allow us to get true consistency between the glass blowers and get a thinner glass. You know, this is something that you would find that's like at your home. You got a set of 8 of them right there. They're all, the color might be a little different, but the size is exactly the same, and they're not super thick. When you're working with this much glass to make a piece this tall and to get them all symmetrical and the same thickness, nice and even on the bottom, is not something that just any glass blower can do. We're trying to make it an affordable option for folks.
other thing is, this is another classic example of, you know, someone would just be opening them. I like them open like this. I like better than the hot pop. It doesn't feel as commercial to me, but we'll see. And if someone opens them this way, again, they're training straight sided, etc.
You remember that commercial from like the 90s where they're standing at the door going, open, open, open?
No.
It was like a Christmas commercial or something.
I have a friend who's studying
Connor.
advertising from the 50s. The American dream after the war.
Nice.
Now that
Wow.
is a nice glass.
Yeah, that is a nice glass. I think we're going to have to order taller straws.
That's a freaking tight glass.
Okay, so let's do the stamp and then reduction.
Yep. It's freaking tight.
I could see myself drinking a tall, frosty glass of orange juice
Orange juice
out of that.
all day.
Yep.
I love a big glass like that. Man, it looks amazing. Triple spotted. It's like a tiger.
And so these spots have movement to them. The trick about doing spots is they do, with the mold, they do get that twist. It's a very conscious decision not to have that and to set it up in ways.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that's high class.
Okay, so for someone who's never watched a show before, what are you doing now?
This is the bling bling. Thanks for that reminder. That's the iridescence. So now let's take a look at the gold, and you might see a little bit of a blue sheen. Let's maybe do it one more time. But she reduced the oxygen content in the reheating spot here. So it's
And
just
so that's why the flame is all big and bushy?
a fluffy flame.
So sometimes it will get a bigger reduction to the annealing process.
It kind of, unfortunately, we over-reduced it, so it took some of the white away. So I'm dragging back some of these individual spots of white by pulling
Another
out.
round or no?
Yeah, probably one more round with a little less reduction. Little less, little more air. Even a little more air, maybe. More air. Right there. Real finicky. White especially is really tough. There we go, that looks good. That's a beautiful glass.
There we go.
That's gorgeous. Sweet.
Bada bing for the win.
Experimental shows always, or never completely, don't always get me really excited. They're usually frustrating. But I'm excited about this. I get excited from time to time. This is one of those times.
And if we got a tall straw, mix the beverage in there.
That's what I'm talking about. Thin, delicate, still handmade, still from this company, still a part of our design. It's a pretty cool idea. We're gonna see how it transforms throughout this 2023 season.
Set of 6. You know.
Yeah,
Different.
totally.
All right.
Very
Another
cool.
successful experimental show.
Very nice.
In the
Shouts out.
books.
Shouts out, everyone. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for Sam for coming in on a special day to help us out with this.
Woo-hoo.
And thanks to our VIP members that support what we do, support the experimental show, the sponsors of the show, and sponsors of new tech like this. It's super cool. And so
Things to look forward to in the new year. It's still January.
stay tuned. We're going to make another one next week. And we got, we'll see you on Tuesday for the Gathering Point Live.
I think it's still January. And if it's not, and if it's February, we'll see you then.
All right.